Hello and welcome back to the second edition of the eSPL. Now, the kings of the pitch have already been crowned in the Singapore Premier League, but who will be king of the consoles? Now, of course, last year Tampanese won, but will they retain their title or are we going to see a new champion? My name is Ash Hashim and let's get the eSPL started. Now, of course, we're here in the beautiful gym where all the esports fans in Singapore can have their gaming fix. Of course, it's a stone's throw away from Jalan Besar, so don't forget to check it out. But before that, let's have a look at the inaugural edition of the eSPL and who won last year. I'm super excited. I'm not sure about you guys.
Change now, cross comes in, just as I say it, first goal goes in.
Rovers and Lion City Sailors. Now let's get down to the first game of Group A in the eSPL, and boy oh boy, we've got quite a treat for you guys. It's the eSPL defending champions Tampanese Rovers up against Singapore Premier League champions Lion City Sailors, and I'm really excited about this one. Take it away, guys.
Indeed, Ash, and what a match it will be. It is a repeat of last year's Season 1's final. It'll be Lion City Sailors taking on Tampanese Rovers. Last year, as you can remember, Tampanese Rovers came out on top in that particular matchup, but this year we see a completely different set of players representing their teams. For Lion City Sailors, it will be Anik Raushan and Karan Sopti. And on the side of Tampanese, it will be Irfan Nakib and Adam Rifdi. So, Siddiq, what do you think we can see from this matchup? Do you think it will be just as great as last year's final?
Well, yeah, it seems that both of the two teams have sent in youth as their representative for LCS. Anik Raushan, 18 years old, and his teammate Karan Sopti, 17 years old. So basically, yeah, teenagers representing the team here. So, you know, a big burden on their shoulders, given that the Lion City Sailors are, of course, your national champions of the Singapore Premier League. On the other hand, Tampanese Rovers has a little bit of experience on their side with Irfan Najib, the 22-year-old right back, playing for them, and he's partnered by his fellow right back, Adam Rifdi, 17 years old, maybe young, but he already has appearances in the SPL as well. So, you know, they might be a bit young in terms of age, but who knows, sometimes the young kids are the one who really knows to play the game well, and we might be able to see some really exciting football later on here.
Exactly, so maybe that youth will be useful when it comes to the virtual football field here. Let me remind you again, this is a repeat of last year's final, Lion City Sailors taking on Tampanese Rovers. It looks like the teams are ready to go, so let's get into the game proper. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bishan Active SG Stadium, home of the Lion City Sailors. There you see them, Lion City Sailors in the white tops and the blue shorts, and Tampanese Rovers in resplendent gold and black trim there. Last year, Tampanese Rovers took the eSPL, the inaugural eSPL title, in a win over the Lion City Sailors in the finals. Can the Lion City Sailors take revenge early on in the first match of this second edition of the eSPL? We will find out in just a bit, but before that, we should be able to have a look at the lineup.
Well, seems here that Lion City Sailors, again, as the home team, they will be playing from left to right later on. Let's take a look at the lineups here as well as the formation that they have set out here. So they will be playing with a 4-2-3-1. Of course, $1 million man Diego Lopez, the number 10 there, playing right behind target man Stipe Plazibat, who really has been one of the star players, not only for the Lion City Sailors, but for SPL in general for the past few seasons. Tampanese Rovers here with a 4-3-3 lineup, and it seems that Irfan Najib has decided to play himself there at the right back position, number 23. We'll see how he will perform both on the console as well as the virtual pitch right here at Bishan.
Yes, we're just eagerly awaiting kickoff. With the kickoff of this match will also be the kickoff of Season 2 of the eSPL, the Singapore Premier League. And we have kickoff indeed now. From left to right in that white again, I remind you, is Lion City Sailors here. Karan Sopti and Anik Raushan, the representatives for that team, taking on Adam Rivdi and Irfan Najib from Tampanese. Speaking of Tampanese, they have the ball back. The possession, is that just a bit too long? Indeed it is. Goes out for a throw in to the Lion City Sailors. Taken there quickly. Now with George Felipe. Amirul Atli now with the ball. Does he find an option? Haris Harun here. Singapore's captain there. Sends it down. Gabriel Kwek sends a nice cross in. Gathered easily there by Shazwan Buhari. Shazwan Buhari there, third in the Singapore's clean sheet records there, with 3 clean sheets last season in the 2021 Singapore Premier League. Tampanese moving forward here. George Felipe collects for the Lion City Sailors. Nur Adam Abdullah, young player of the year there. His ball unfortunately not quite meeting the target. Foul there given, I believe, against a Tampanese Rovers attacker.
Yeah, it's been a very cagey start to the match so far. Both teams don't really have a big opportunity to score at the moment. They're just trading blows, trying to poke at each other's defenses, but nothing quite happening here. I think both of the teams are just trying to make sure they keep as much possession as possible, trying to steer the ball into their favor. Of course, this I'm not so sure how experienced they are at playing this game, but you know, maybe they just need a few touches and passes just to get the feeling right in the first place.
Indeed, it's still early doors. It is only the 23rd minute right now. Nice pass here, nice passage of play for Tampanese, working the ball on this right side. Sharan Sulaiman trying to block his man there. Manager Diego Lopez, most expensive player in Singapore League history. Oh, goalkeeper there, what a save there. Nakiuddin Yunus clears the ball away. Gabriel Kwek takes the safe route, plays it out. Going out to Tampanese, Mehmedovic with the ball. Wozniak, ball just runs behind him. He was unaware of where the ball was going. A little bit of miscommunication there on the side of the Stags. Hassan Sani, after making that beautiful save, sends a long ball into the Tampanese half. Collected now by Shadan. Faris Ramli, we know he can dribble the ball. Irfan Najib there, stands in his way. Mark Ryan Tan, there's a 1-2 with him. Plays it back in. Ball given away. Diego Lopez there. What a searching ball. Stipe Plazibat. He is a marksman. Can he score from here? The angle blocked by the goalkeeper. Runs out for a corner kick.
That's a great save there by Shazwan Bukhari, but look at that through ball right onto the path of Stipe Plazibat. I think in real life he would have buried it into the back of the net, but Shazwan Bukhari did really well. Of course, conceding a corner kick always better than conceding a goal. Let's see what the Lion City Sailors are able to do with this corner kick from the right side.
Sharan Sulaiman, as pretty much expected, lines up to take this corner kick. He has big targets in there. George Felipe is in there. Ooh, on the volley, but that was going into orbit there. Lean back, put a lot of power through. Does not find the target. Obviously disappointed, but you know, chances don't come easy, and that one was a very good chance. Right in front of goal, but too much power, not enough direction.
Yeah, that looked like Stipe Plazi, but to me, really uncharacteristic of the marksman there. Normally, again, there's 2 chances for him, clear-cut chances for Stipe Plazi, but to open his account for the Lion City Sailors in eSPL 2021, but nothing quite happening quite at the moment. Tampanese, again, they did have the early opportunities, but in the end, it's Lion City Sailors who is doing better at the end of the first half here. Might even score from this opportunity.
What a shot there, but right as he takes the shot, the ball crosses the line and the referee blows the whistle. It is the end of our first half of this edition of the eSPL. 0-0 so far, 0-0. Lion City Sailors and Tampanese Rovers are drawing a blank so far. Both of them a very, very tight match.
Yeah, the tail of the tape at the moment shows Tampanese Rovers having more possession, but I would think that Lion City Sailors seem to have more better opportunities in front of goal, especially with the 2 shots taken by Stipe Plazi, but one of them on target, the other one skying into the next stadium at Tanjung Pagar. But unfortunately for Lion City Sailors, not able to score with those gilt-edged chances. Tampanese Rovers had earlier chances as well, but those were shots from distance, not really troubling the custodian Hassan Sani all too much of Lion City Sailors. So in a way, slightly, the advantage is slightly onto the favor of Lion City Sailors, but I think it's still even for both teams here. Anything can happen in the second half.
This is going to be interesting. Some changes being made. Anik is putting himself in place of Haris Harun, I believe.
Wow.
That is a statement change right there. Backing himself, the young man, definitely. Does not seem to have anything happening on the side of Tampanese Rovers. Oh, I think Nakiuddin Yunus is coming off as well. Oh, Anik Raushan has put himself in right back position. Instead, opting not to take off Haris Harun.
With that, again, a statement of intent, taking out the Singapore national team captain for yourself in there. But in any case, he seems to be content with just playing the right back position at the moment here.
Gabriel Quack as well, I think is coming off. Hafiz Noor is coming in. So those will be the changes in terms of personnel for the Lion City Sailors in the second half. There may be some slight tactical changes, but let's see if this pays dividends. It is the second half of our first match. Lion City Sailors taking on Tampanese Rovers. Tampanese Rovers kicks us off in this second half. They are in the gold and black, or the yellow and black, depends on your opinion, kicking from left to right. Remind you, the score is 0-0 in that first half. Attacking here, Irfan Najib sends the ball in, header down. Armin Bosniak there test out Hassan Sani, but not by much. Easy gather at the end of the day. Hafiz Noor here, just introduced, he's all fresh. Hafiz Noor jinxes his way past on this right side. Hafiz Noor taking on the whole world, but unfortunately just runs into Amirul Haikal, I think. Yasir Hanapi plays it back to Amirul Haikal. Boris Kapitovic plays it to Amirul. Armin Bosniak. Great tackle there, but ball still in. Yasir Hanapi stings the palms of the goalkeeper. Great chance there, but now it's all for a corner.
Yeah, the second half has started really well here for Tampanese Rovers. Yasir Hanapi inside the box, turning and jinking his path into the goal. And earlier on, we saw Boris Kapitovic with that shot on target as well. Still a corner kick to Tampanese Rovers. Can they score from this opportunity?
Yoga Nakamura taking it in there. Cleared very, very far there for the defense of the Lion City Sailors. Yasir Hanapi is that man again. Finds Nakamura on the outside. Nakamura sends it in, but that's an easy ball for the defense. Or is it? Oh, could have been so much worse for the Lion City Sailors. Again there, Mark Ryan Tan tries to squeeze it unselfishly. Unfortunately, that was probably the wrong option. Shot from outside the box. Again, saved. The busy of the goalkeepers has definitely been Hassan Sani. Not a good thing to be when you're a goalkeeper, I must say.
Yeah, Hassan Sani is just showing why he's currently Singapore's #1 custodian here. Save after save in the first 20 minutes of the second half here. I think he must have endured like 5 to 6 saves already. And still, Lion City Sailors are holding on to that clean sheet, but Tampanese Rovers seems to be the closer one to breaking that with Armin Bosniak. Another great save there, but in the end, It is Tampanese. After the 6th, 7th, 8th attempt, it's Boris Kopitovic who converts it in from close range. 1-0 Tampanese Rovers.
As you can see there in the bottom left, and from what we can hear here in the studios, Adam Ripney and Irfan Najib crying out with happiness, giving us a thumbs up. That was a well-worked goal there they've scored by Boris Kopitovic. They worked really hard to get that goal so far, and they truly have deserved it. Backs against the ropes now. Lion City Sailors 1-0 to the deficit.
Of course, Boris Kopitovic, the Montenegrin, scored 16 goals in real life for the 2021 season of the Singapore Premier League. Second only to top scorer Tomoyuki Doi of Hougang United, and it's really good to see him opening his account here for Tampanese Rovers. Hopefully this won't be the only goal that Tampanese scores in the eSPL 2021.
Most definitely, there's so much more to come. This is just the first game. For those of you who are joining us, welcome. This is the second edition of the eSPL, the eSingapore Premier League. And right now, this is the first match. You've joined us at the right time. Just towards the end of this match, it is trickling into the last 10 minutes. Tampanese leading Lion City Sailors 1-0. Right now, ball still with Tampanese. Do they just hold on to it and kill time? Might just be the best play, but there, a little bit of frustration maybe by Karan Sopti and Anik Raushan there, sliding in from behind. Shadan Sulaiman, I think, getting the yellow card. Tense faces there in the bottom right. You can see the Lion City Sailors, boys, they want something back from this game.
Yeah, that was definitely rash there from Shadan Sulaiman. That tackle on Zainuddin Mehmedovic, nowhere close to the ball. There was definitely no way he was trying to play for the ball at all. I think that yellow card was justifiably deserved there to Shadan Sulaiman.
Right now, Lion City Sailors desperately need to push forward, but at this moment, what's happening is that the ball is in the hands, or should I rather say feet, of their opponents. Can't get anything going, the boys from Lion City Sailors. Throw in now, Amirul Haikal trying to find Mehmedovic. Bosniak chasing after the ball. Anik Raushan here. Can he score? Can he make himself the hero? Ball all the way back to Shazwan Buhari. Does not do anything silly, plays it out to the left. One-touch football here, pretty football being played by Tampanese at the moment. Tampanese in control. Can they double their lead? Just takes a 1-2, I think. Oh, Hassan Sani. If not for ending up on the losing side, probably he should have definitely been a man of the match. He was by far the busier of the two goalkeepers, and he definitely kept them in the game. Although ultimately it was for nothing, because they've lost 1-0 thanks to a 73rd minute Boris Kopitovic.
Yeah, this was definitely a very one-sided game after the start of the second half here. The first half started pretty equally between the two teams here. The Tampanese Rovers did start the first half pretty well as well, but no shots on target. 3 shots, none of them on target. Meanwhile, Lion City Sailors had this glorious attempt by Stipe Plazibat, well saved by Shazwan Buhari, who does keep his clean sheet at the end of the match. And again, Stipe Plazibat, acres of space, volleys it into the next stadium. Second half was a totally different game altogether. Tampanese Rovers from the start piled on the pressure and did not stop doing so. It was pretty lucky for the Lion City Sailors, in fact, that they only conceded 1 goal, because the shots were coming in thick and fast by Tampanese Rovers here. One of the first shots we see in the second half by Yasser Hanapi, and he has put in his fair share of goal attempts here, including the winger Armin Bosniak. But again, fantastic performance by the Lion City Sailors goalkeeper Hassan Sani. If not for him, the scoreline would have been much worse for Lion City Sailors. But thanks to his goalkeeping heroics, only kept it to a solitary goal. However, that is all that is needed for Tampanese Rovers, as Boris Kopitovic, as he always does in real life, scores 1 for Tampanese. And of course, that's all she wrote. All you need is 1 goal sometimes, and that's enough for Tampanese Rovers to get 3 points as they start their Group A journey in the eSPL 2021.
That was the mark of a master poacher right there. He just knew exactly where to be, Boris Kapitovic. He didn't give up. He knew exactly that there was a chance that the ball would squirm loose, and he was bang right on the end
Poacher's
of it.
instinct.
Poacher's instinct. He has the nose for goal, and as we can see, he has 16 goals in the SPL? Exactly, and they've done him true to life there in the game. Boris Kapitovic, the difference maker in our first game. Tampanese takes the victory against Lion City Sailors. It is a repeat of the result of last year's final. Once again, Tampanese coming out on top. So now we are going to move on to our second game in just a while. But before we throw you to the second game, I will throw you over to Ash.
What a fantastic start for the defending champions of the eSPL. Tampanese Rovers have now bagged all 3 points to put them top of Group A. But of course, there's still a lot left to play for. The next game is going to be a very exciting game. We've got Albirex Niigata versus Ballistic Khalsa. Of course, on Ballistic's side, we have Ricky as well as Akil. And for Albirex, we have Nikki as well as Kenji. I'm very excited to see what this match holds. Let's hear from our casters.
Thank you, Ash. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. Game number 2 of Group A for the eSPL 2021. Ballistic Khalsa will host Albirex Niigata. Of course, we did hear early on Ballistic Khalsa being represented on the pitch there by 17-year-old centre-back Akil Yazid. And he's partnered by 20-year-old goalkeeper Ricky Kimura. And they will be playing at the Toa Payoh Stadium, hosting Albirex Niigata, the White Swans, travelling all the way from Jurong East here. And they, of course, are represented by their own players. Nicky Melvin Singh, the forward for Albirex Niigata, as well as Kenji Austin, the centre-back for the White Swans. I wonder if they will be playing themselves inside the game itself.
Certainly, I think they would be. If it were me, I would definitely be playing myself. I think it's a... Sounds odd, yes, I know what I just said. But most definitely it will be something that I would do. I would put myself in the game, and I would definitely want to represent myself. Because when else would you get to play as yourself in a video game? I don't think
your own avatar.
Your own avatar. It's something very unique. And these players definitely have that great opportunity that I have never had in my life personally.
Well, let's see if either one of these two teams will be able to slingshot themselves to the top of the table here. Of course, we did see early on the match between Lion City Sailors as well as Tampanese Rovers going in the way of Tampanese. Tampanese, of course, now sitting pretty at the top of the table with 3 points. Can Ballistic or Albirex Niigata have another 3 points here to join Tampanese at the top? Or will they cancel out each other and get a draw? We'll see in just a few moments' time, as I believe the players are ready to begin the match. So let's head over down to the virtual Toa Payoh Stadium right now. Sunny, clear skies right now here at Toa Payoh Stadium as Ballistic Khalsa plays hosts to Albirex and Niigata. Again, Ballistic represented by Akil Yazid and Ricky Kimura up against Nicky Melvin Singh and Kenji Austin of the White Swans. Albirex Niigata, who unfortunately just at the last hurdle in the Singapore Premier League lost the title to the Lion City Sailors. But can they forge something on the virtual pitch here in the eSPL 2021? You see there Ballistic Khalsa in their red or orange kit. The 3 strikers up front there, Shuhei Oshino, Shimesh Zuzul, as well as Iqbal Hussein leading the line there. 4-3-3 formation being played by Ballistic Khalsa. On the side of Albirex Niigata, also 4-3-3. We have, of course, their hotshot Kiyoshiro Sluboy up front, being flanked by Nicky Melvin Singh himself on that left flank, as well as Ryoya Taniguchi just behind them, playing as a playmaker for Albirex Niigata. Again, it is Ballistic Khalsa in the red kit, playing from left to right, up against Albirex Niigata in the all-white attire, playing from right to left. Kicking things off here is Ballistic Khalsa on the ball. Ho Wai Lun playing as a left back for Ballistic. And it seems that Albirex is keen to just sit back and sit deep. Long ball forward, however, Shimesh Zuzul seems to be in an offside position. Oh, just millimeters offside, actually. But in any case, the ball is a little bit too close to goalkeeper of the year, Takahiro Koga of Albirex Niigata, as he winds up the kick to take here in the 6th minute of the game. Still nothing of note to mention here. Long ball forward by Koga. Here comes Tsuboi, laying it to his right side. Morrison Hashii to Kazuki Hishioka, the right back. The cross coming in. Tsuboi made the early run. The cross coming behind him, however. Tokiwa gets his pass cut out. Here comes Iqbal Hussein with acres of space on that left flank. He's just going to go for it all on his lonesome. Back to Shuhei Hashino. Unfortunately, the pass goes behind him by Arish Kumar. Hoshino now on the ball. Gareth Lowe loses it to Morrison. Kiyoshi Tsuboi on the ball right now, but he's all alone, surrounded by red shirts of Ballistic. Tezuka gives support on the right. Oh, Wailun just nudges Morrison Hashi out of the way, and Ballistic hoofs that out of danger. Collected, however, now the ball back with Tsuboi. Albirex Niigata trying to carve away down the middle. Taniguchi! Oh, that was just on the wrong side of the post there, but out for a goal kick.
I think Tsuboi is someone that they definitely have to watch out for, the Ballistic defense. I mean, he has already scored 1 hat-trick against them this season. And in fact, Tsuboi has a very interesting hat-trick of sorts. He's the only player in the Singapore Premier League to have scored a hat-trick of hat-tricks. 9 goals altogether against Ballistic and 2 against Tampanese. Oh no, 2 against Tanjong Pagar, pardon you.
Well, let's see if he's able to open his account here in this match against Ballistic. But that's a good turn there by Iqbal Hussein, getting away from his marker. But the diving header there by Ryo Konimoto to make sure that the ball doesn't go into the path of the striker. Out for a corner kick for Ballistic. Khalsa, taken shot to Hoshino. The shot coming in from such an acute angle. The goalkeeper Takahiro Koga had to palm it away for another corner kick. That was deflected off the defender. Still Ballistic in an attacking position here. Corner kick. No shot option, it seems. So Amir Hakim should be going and sending the ball right into the 6-yard box. The cross coming in all the way to the far side. It just barely grazes the post, but still, that's out for a goal kick.
The goalkeeper for Albirex is an impenetrable wall. Takahiro Koga, 8 clean sheets, also the most in the Singapore Premier League. It'll be hard for this Ballistic team to get through that particular defense, especially with a lot of talent in the ranks of the White Swans. But they do have Shime Zhuzhul. Here's an opportunity here.
No, but what a great save that was by Takahiro Koga to keep out his compatriot there, his Japanese compatriot, and make sure that his clean sheet is intact. Koga showing why he is the goalkeeper of the year for the SPL season 2021. Another corner kick, this time on the left side. Amir Hakim. Again, no shot option. One is being afforded here. Will he go short, or is he going to send it out long? Outswinger, corner kick all the way out, almost out for a throw-in, and indeed it will be. So that's not a good corner kick routine there, unfortunately, by Ballistic Khalsa. In the sense of the statistics for passing completion there, at least it seems that Ballistic Khalsa is doing much better than Albirex Niigata, although not that much, to be honest. 72% passing completion rate for the Tigers. Ballistic Khalsa. Here comes Albirex Niigata, however, playing it to the right side to Hashioka for Albirex Niigata. Holding up play on the right flank. Morrison Hashi passes it back to Hashioka. Can the cross be sent in? Back to Hashi outside the box. Cross coming in, bamboozles everybody, including the goalkeeper. Unfortunately for Albirex Niigata, nobody could get on the end of that. Still 0-0 as we approach half-time here. First half, this matchup between Ballistic Khalsa and Albirex Niigata. Can Arish Kumar get one last opportunity in? Shime Zhuzhul on that right flank. Cross coming in. Right behind Iqbal Hussein, however, Hashioka should be able to clear it out of danger. As halftime is being called by the referee here. Stalemate as the teams go into the tunnel, Maurice. Ballistic Khalsa 0, Albrechts Niigata 0. Seems to be a team affair, at least in the first half, isn't it?
Team tie so far at Toa Payoh, it seems. Very evenly matched up, both teams, in terms of possession. There have been more shots on target by Ballistic. Not threatening so much is Albrechts Niigata. Can they change it around? The White Swans need to try something different to get back in this game. The scoreline might be 0-0, but they're being dominated in the game so far.
Coming into the start of the second half here between Ballistic Khalsa, who's playing in the red attire. That's a great through ball looking for Shime Zuzul. Oh, the shot coming in actually. Unfortunately for Shime Zuzul, that goes well wide out for a goal kick. But early opportunity there. Great through ball there by the Ballistic Khalsa player. But nobody coming inside the box, and Shime Zuzul decided to have a shot of his own way wide off target for a goal kick.
It's quite disappointing that there was no one making that late run back into the box for Shime Zuzul to square the ball into, but his options were limited, so what he had to do, he had to take a shot, but unfortunately the shot was way off target. So another lifeline given there to the White Swans. Here they are in the attack.
Kosuke Chiku on that right flank. Is he going to pass to the right back that's waiting behind him, and unfortunately not, trying to dance his way off the shoulders of two defenders, unable to do so. Here's a counter attack by Ballistic Khalsa on that left flank. Unfortunately for them, the passing between Shuei Hoshino as well as the striker Shime Zuzul goes absolutely nowhere. But here comes Zuzul with that interception and a beautiful through ball forward to Iqbal Hussein, who unfortunately does not have the legs to catch up to that ball, which was inching further and further away from him as the move goes on there. Still 1 hour after the match has started, and still a stalemate between both these two teams. And I have to say, neither one of the teams really have come anywhere close to troubling the opposition goalkeepers.
So far, everything has been speculative shots or, meaningless dribbles into the box like that. It has not resulted in any sort of clear-cut chance, but maybe they can conjure out something here from this corner kick. Amir Hakim, I think, sends it in.
And for like the fourth corner in a row, however, that has not met his intended target, Amir Hakim, and his corner kick routines. Here comes a shot from Mahesh Kumar. Oh, that was the closest opportunity that both sides has had, and there was a howitzer of a shot right there by Arish Kumar, the 22-year-old midfielder. Oh, that was way closer than we thought it was actually. Could have been the goal to kick things off in this match, but still, honest even 0-0 after 68 minutes.
I actually thought that Screamer was going to find the top corner, but as it seems, it was parallax error and it just went wide. Thought it would be a cracker of a goal, but nothing to separate the teams so far. The most important statistic still stands at 0-0, and we are ticking over into the last period of this game. There's only about 15 minutes or so left. Can someone conjure out some sort of magic to break this deadlock? Albrechts is definitely trying here on this left side.
And Nicky Melvin-Singh sent in a whipped cross here. He decides to cut back and move backwards. Unfortunately for him, the defender got the better of him. Suboi, however, just outside the box. The number 9, can he get a shot in? It's still Suboi. It's still Suboi. Inside the box this time. Well blocked by the defenses of Ballistic Khalsa as they're holding it tight at the back here in the 82nd minute. Moisen Hashi, will he be able to curl one into the back of the net? Taniguchi falls down just outside the box, but gets the ball back. Snapshot from outside the box, way too easy for the goalkeeper of Ballistic Khalsa, Riki Kimura, to deal with actually. And again, well, it seems that Albrechts Niigata seems to have late ascendancy here in this matchup. And if there's any team that in the last few minutes of in-game time seems to be close to a goal, it seems to be Albrechts at the moment. They do have the advantage on their side, especially with this free kick not that far away outside the box.
It's important to see who steps up to take this free kick right now. It seems as it goes to Kajiku standing over the ball. Can he send it in?
It goes directly but too close to the goalkeeper Riki Kimura. You do see him in real life at the bottom right hand of your screen there, so technically he's controlling himself at the moment here, but that shot by Chiku was a little bit too easy for a goalkeeper of Kimura's stature here. A through ball attempt, not enough time however, and this match does end in a stalemate. Ballistic Khalsa 0, Alves Niigata 0.
I don't particularly like to use the words ball draw, but I feel that this one was not the greatest, I would say, in terms of entertainment. Very, very scrappy match there. Ended up 0-0. If anything, at least it was pretty much deserved from both teams. Neither of them carved out any sort of clear-cut, obvious chance to score or break the deadlock. So I guess this is, as the cookie crumbles, the way it should have been the whole way through.
Yeah, I think both teams at most had one good opportunity. We saw earlier on that Ryoya Taniguchi for Alves Niigata in the first half, and in the second half, hopefully we'll see that howitzer of a shot, Arish Kumar for Ballistic Khalsa. Unfortunately, you know, that did not end up in a goal, although that was the closest either team had to a goal scoring opportunity. It was quite a stalemate. Or maybe there was another one here by Ballistic Khalsa. Shuei Hoshino in a one-on-one opportunity, but again, Goalkeeper of the Year, Takahiro Koga, showing why he has that award and not any other goalkeeper there. But I'll say that, you know, chances were there, but few and far between, and I think a 0-0 draw kind of suited both teams as well.
Yeah, I think both teams would have wanted to win either which way. A draw doesn't help them very much. I mean, they do get 1 point, so that's useful, but definitely a win would have been much, much more preferable. But this is I guess this is a decent start. It's not the worst start for either, from either. It's not the worst start from either team, I guess. Albirex Niigata and also from Ballistic. 0-0, okay, not bad. We'll start off with 1 point. Speaking of Ballistic, they will be taking part in our next game, which will be Lion City Sailors versus Ballistic. But before that match, we'll just send you over to Ash.
Thank you very much, Maurice. I'm really enjoying the commentary from the games, and I hope you guys at home are as well. Don't forget to leave your comments below, and share with us how you guys are enjoying this game. Of course, the next game is a do or die, I would say, for the Sailors as they take on Ballistic Khalsa. Let's hear from our matchcasters.
Indeed, Ash, this will probably be do or die for the Lion City Sailors, especially if they do not get any sort of result in this game. As you already could cast your minds back, in the first game, they lost 1-0 to Tampanese. So this one, they need to get some sort of result out of it to stay in the hunt for a place in the semi-finals. This time, Lion City Sailors taking on Ballistic Khalsa. Can they prevail and keep themselves in the hunt? Ballistic has already got at least 1 point under their belt. This will be crucial for both teams if they want to proceed on to the next round. This time, Lion City Sailors taking on Ballistic Khalsa. Can they prevail and keep themselves in the hunt? Ballistic has already got at least 1 point under their belt. This will be crucial for both teams if they want to proceed on to the next round. Lion City Sailors there in the white and blue. In the red are Ballistic Khalsa. Waving to the legions of fans there. Let's take a look at the lineup of 4-3-3 here for the Lion City Sailors. Haris Harun, Sharan Sulaiman and Song Wee Yong there in the middle of midfield anchoring the team. Ballistic Khalsa also playing a 4-3-3, albeit slightly different. This is more defensive. Gareth Low seating deeper there. Shime Jurul and Hoshino there, the danger man up front. It will be the Lion City Sailors kicking us off here in this matchup. Both teams would desperately want to win in this game. So it should be a cracker of an affair, but let's see how it unfolds. Lion City Sailors kicking off from left to right in the white attire.
I think both of these two teams at the moment, they haven't scored quite yet after their one match. Lion City Sailors losing 0 goals to 1 to Tampanese Rovers, and Ballistic Khalsa drawing with Alvex Niigata, then 0-0. So both of them have not opened their accounts quite yet. Let's see if this will be the game where they score here, maybe with Shuei Hoshino on the ball to Sime Zuzul, and yes indeed, you see at the bottom right hand corner of your screen there, Nicky Melvin, excuse me, that's not Nicky Melvinson, excuse me, that's actually the Ballistic guys, the Akil Yazid together with Ricky Kimura celebrating the goal there. Just as I mentioned, both of these two teams need to score a goal firstly, but it's Ballistic also does the first one here in this match.
Normally we'd call it the curse of the commentator, but this time the commentator, just as he opens his mouth about them needing to score, Ballistic score indeed. Yeah, beautiful work to send the ball in. What a pass there. Shime Zuzul there sends it smack dab into the back of the net with his left foot, I believe. Strong left, keeper no chance, straight to the top. 1-0 to Ballistic. Great work between Hoshino and Zuzul.
See, I think that was one of the factors why Ballistic was not able to score there. Shime Zuzul was playing on the right wing in their first match against Alvex Niigata, and now he is in that target man position right up front, spearheading the attack for Ballistic. Hoshino playing right up behind him on the right channel there. I think that will fare a lot better for the attack of Ballistic Khalsa.
We'll definitely hope so for Ballistic's sake, because right now it seems like the Sailors, Lion City Sailors, intent on pushing forward. That unfortunately was a missed pass by George Felipe. Ball out here. Iqbal Hussain to Gareth Lowe, to Enza Bruncevic. Arish Kumar finds Iqbal Hussain. Iqbal Hussain has no targets in front so far, running himself into a cul-de-sac that taken the ball away. Gabriel Quack here, winner of the best AIA best goal of the season 2021. I believe it was against Ballistic actually, that goal. Have to go and double check that. Nur Adam Abdullah plays in. Gabriel Quack, nice pass to Stipe Plaziba. Stipe, does he have the legs? He doesn't, so he finds Gabriel Quack. But there, steps in Gareth Lowe. Someone must be frustrated there with Gareth Lowe. It is a red card. Anik Raushan and Karan Sopti there, their faces, they can't believe what has happened. But Stipe Plazibat, that was a bad challenge there from the back. Wasn't even trying to play the ball.
To say that that was a late and harsh challenge is in itself quite an understatement there. That was absolutely unnecessary of the Lion City Sailors. Perhaps either one of Anik or Karan must have accidentally pressed the ball, or they were trying to do something else. But unfortunately for the two youngsters, for the Lion City Sailors, their bad evening has taken a turn for the worst here. Not only are they a goal down, but now they are a man down. If there's any way to play the game at hard mode, this is it. And immediately a double substitution for the Lion City Sailors here.
I should hope that it was accidental, because that was cynical, truly and utterly cynical. Right now, if it wasn't hard enough, like you said, 1-0 to play the game on hard mode, this is going to be an absolute mountain to climb. It's not insurmountable, definitely possible, but it's going to be incredibly, incredibly hard. Right now, still pushing forward, Ballistic. They have the corner. Enza Bruncevic taking it, sending it in. Sends it short actually. Faisal Rafi is in the box. Akari Abdullah manages to get away with the ball. Amirina Ashraf. Whoa, strong challenge there by Amir Hakim. Iqbal Hussain to Shime Zuzul. Can he turn? He finds an opportunity. Just wide, whiskers away from the second goal.
Should have been a second goal right there for Ballistic Khalsa. They have the power play at the moment. A goal up, a man up, Shime Zuzul on his left foot should have done a lot better, and he knows it himself there. Akil Yazan and Ricky Kimura, you see at the bottom right-hand corner, they must be happy at how the tables have turned in their favor for them here. With this win, they will definitely go to the top of Group A in the eSPL 2021.
Definitely something they will celebrate if it does stay this way, but there is still quite a long way away. Unfortunately for the Lion City Sailors, gaps are appearing. This should be an easy goal. Oh dear Lord, how does one miss that?
Goodness me, hands are on their heads at the moment here. An easy layoff. What the... Oh my goodness, that should have been an easy, sweaty goal there, but who was that who missed that? Iqbal Hussain, I'm not so sure who missed that, the right winger, but that is catastrophic attacking play by Ballistic, Khalsa. I mean, I know they're a man up and a goal up, but there's no way to perform for somebody of their talents here.
A couple of weeks ago, we saw Josh Sargent miss an open goal, but that one is worse, I would say. It was harder to miss than to score, to be honest. And that's not just me being facetious. I really think it was easier to score than to miss. But right now, regardless, this is what they're up against. Maybe that has given some renewed hope to Lion City Sailors. However, at the end of the first half, that 10th minute goal by Shime Zhuzhul is the difference between Ballistic and the Lion City Sailors. I mean, Ballistic 1-0 up at the half.
And I still like to think that the sending off of Stipe Plazibat, and of all players, Stipe Plazibat, your star striker in the team there, I would like to say that it is accidental, and judging by how awfully late the tackle was, I think it is safe to assume that here. But unfortunately, still playing 10-man to 11 here, Lion City Sailors players might be feeling the heat at the moment. They did bring on Diego Lopez together with another team in a double substitution to get more firepower up front, and they know, they are already on the losing side here. It's time to throw in the kitchen sink here as well. In fact, a change in the goalkeeping department I saw earlier on here in halftime.
Yeah, Hassan Sani there going off for Adib Hakim. That seems like a bit of a strange move. Wonder what that one's all about. But, they have their ways, these Lion City Sailors. Let's see if it pays dividends in any way, shape or form.
Ballistic here at the start of the second half. A little bit of defending to do, but they are dealing with it pretty well, I'd say. Well, the Lion City Sailors already have no more substitutions in their team at the moment here. If anything were to happen at this point on, they have to play with 9 men basically, so let's hope that injuries are not a thing in this game. Crossing coming in now for Ballistic Khalsa as they try to pile on the pressure to the hapless Lion City Sailors, and the second goal still not coming in for Ballistic. No matter what Akil and Ricky are doing on the console, the ball just does not want to end up at the back of the net. This time I think that was Shuhei Oshino there with the shot, but in any case, well, what are the target? Finishing training needs to be on the cards here up next for Ballistic Khalsa. But that being said, well, they are 1 goal ahead of Lion City Sailors.
They should be 3 goals ahead at least, I would think. Ballistic right now needs to sharpen their axe because they're giving away into this game back to Lion City Sailors. Do they want their opponents to come back? It almost seems like they want to. They're a man at a deficit. They're a man deficit. They only have 10 men on the field. They've actually subbed off their first choice goalkeeper. Don't know what that one's about actually, to be honest, other than to give maybe Adib some run time. But right now, again, Ballistic going on the attack. Can they actually make this one count? Making good headway here. Ball in. Again, a simple ball. But that one, I'll give you that one. At least it was on the turn.
They will have a corner kick out of here though, but Iqbal Hussain with a fantastic run down into the byline, well blocked by the defenders of the Lion City Sailors. Will they be able to keep out this tornado of attacks here by Ballistic Khalsa?
Enza Bronzovic there sending the ball in. I'm actually curious why Bruncevic will be taking the corners.
Yeah, he's a centre-back, isn't he?
Yeah, Bruncevic isn't Bruncevic like 190 or something like that. He should definitely be in the mix in the middle of the box, not taking the corners, no matter how good he is.
Yeah, he's 1.96 meters tall.
196,
so
there,
not so
exactly.
sure why he's taking the corner kicks here. Maybe an inside joke there by the boys from Ballistic, Khalsa, Akil and Ricky, but we will know soon enough later on.
Indeed, if the boys are listening right now, maybe switch out and sub Bruncevic from your corner kick taker. Might be a good idea, guys.
As Ricky there gives the thumbs up, so maybe you might see a change there. But in any case, you know, the Ballistic does have had the chances at set piece routines. I think that was like their 6th corner kick in this game alone. Unfortunately, nothing quite happening. They are a lot more threatening in open play, of course. But still, again, like you said earlier on, Maurice, it should have been 3-4-0 up if not for woeful finishing. But at least the chances have been coming for Ballistic.
That adjective is very accurate, actually. Woeful has been the word to describe the finishing. So many open chances, they've not been able to put it past the Lion City Sailors goalkeeper. Here's what is going to happen in things like this. This is what inevitably happens in football. They're going to just play on that precipice of danger, and what's going to happen is they're going to fall off the edge. Will they concede? I don't know. I hope for their sakes that they don't, but right now, they definitely need to put the ball in the goal at least once more.
Well, so far, we have to give credit where it's due. Ballistic Khalsa has been defending pretty well. I don't think the Lion City Sailors have had many shots to trouble the Ballistic goalkeeper here, unless Akari Abdullah can do something about it. Nothing quite there as Sime Zuzu clears it out of the danger. 85 minutes have elapsed. Gotta give it to Ballistic, man. They've been defending well, attacking really well, just lacking that finishing touch there. As again, we see another card being meted out to the Lion City Sailors by the referee here. And again, yet another late tackle by LCS, their highest talent of all players. You were expecting him to hold, you know, his discipline when things are not going the right way for him. But in any case, well, again, you know, they are a man down, they are a goal down. They have to throw everything forward right now, and they have to risk it all in order to get anything out of this match.
True enough, I agree with what you said. They have to throw everything at their opponents right now. There's nothing to lose. Ballistic is one ahead. They are one man down, Lion City Sailors. I think it's going to end up pretty much as a foregone conclusion that it's only going to be 1-0 and a win to Ballistic. Ballistic, to be fair to them, should definitely have scored more. But all that matters, the most important statistic is that they have 1 goal more than the Lion City Sailors, and therefore they take the 3 points in this matchup. Unfortunately for the Lion City Sailors, I do think that means that they are out of the running for a semi-final place.
Well, not quite actually. There is a slim chance for Lion City Sailors to go past, but you know, go to the next round, the semi-finals. But that will involve LCS firstly beating Albex Niigata and needing another 2 of their other group mates to totally lose it at the second half of the group stages here. So I'll say that it's an incredibly tough path ahead for Lion City Sailors. Is it impossible? No. Will it be difficult? Incredibly so. So you see that the tackle by Stipe Plazibat, absolutely, I have to say it was deserved. Unfortunately, that was nowhere near the ball. That was pretty much like 2 years after the ball has been passed away, actually. So there was no reason for Stipe Plazibat to do that sort of action there. But in any case, this match has been quite a rather, I wouldn't say one-sided. Oh, it was Iqbal Hussein, unfortunately. Well, he will definitely be calling Akil as well as Ricky here, and asking, how do you control my play and miss from that sort of range with that open a goal there. But yeah, back to the match itself. Again, pretty even, I'll say, but in the end, all you need is just 1 goal to separate them, and you know, that's what Ballistic needed. And now, well, they have 4 points. Technically, they are at the top of the table, although up next we do have the match between tampanese Rovers as well as LBX Niigata, so things could change up quite a bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see at least with one more match to see how the permutations will be. But I think right now it looks like it's gonna be pretty bad for the Lion City Sailors. I don't think it's if it's not impossible, at least give me this. It's improbable that
Very
improbable that they're gonna make it to the next round. But you know, till the fat lady sings, till the final whistle, we won't know. So let's go and see what happens and what transpires in the next match. Over to you, Ash.
A great comeback from Ballistic Khalsa. The Tigers are now top of the table with 4 points from 2 games. But of course, Tampanese still have 1 game at hand to try and beat them. So of course, the next game is a very deciding one. Tampanese will be taking on Albirex. It's back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Ash, and that is correct. This is going to be a huge match here between Tampanese Rovers and Albirex Niigata. For if Tampanese does beat Albirex Niigata, they will not only go and retain their spot at the top of the table in Group A, but will immediately qualify into the semi-final stages of the eSPL 2021. So huge match here for the boys representing Tampanese Rovers. We have, of course, Irfan Najib as well as Adam Rifdi from Tampanese to play on the consoles here representing their team. But in their path, of course, Albirex Niigata with 1 point in the group stage so far after that draw against Ballistic Khalsa, a 0-0 draw that we saw a few moments ago. They still have a chance, of course, of qualifying to the next stage as well. That involves them winning in this match here against Tampanese Rovers. So will Albirex Niigata be able to be a stumbling block for Tampanese Rovers in their quest to defend the eSPL title, or will Tampanese Rovers just jump all over the White Swan and into the semi-final stages here? I believe the match is about to go underway, so let's get over to the virtual Our Tampanese Hub for the matchup between Tampanese Rovers and Albirex Niigata. Well, here we are at our Tampanese Hub here, the home ground of the Stags, the Tampanese Rovers, as they host Albirex Niigata, the White Swans here. Remember, if Tampanese Rovers beat Albirex Niigata, they will qualify into the semi-final stages. They are, of course, lined up in their all-black attire. Meanwhile, Albirex Niigata playing in the orange away attire here. Albirex represented by Nicky Melvin Singh together with Kenji Austin, 2 of their young players from the squad. Tampanese Rovers represented by Irfan Najib and Adam Rifdi. Tampanese did beat Lion City Sailors 1-0 in their first match, and they repeat their heroics here against Albirex Niigata.
Well, it's anyone's game right now, but what is most important is they definitely want to get a result in this, especially when it comes to Albirex, because Albirex has not got themselves a win quite yet. Tampanese has at least got themselves 1 win against Lion City Sailors. So definitely, if they want to make a statement of intent, Albirex Niigata Singapore, they definitely want to do it against the Stags, especially at the home of the Stags, our Tampanese Hub.
5 at the back formation here by Albirex Niigata. This is the first time that we are seeing that formation here in the Group A stages. So it's either that Albirex Niigata will be looking to put the wingbacks into play to support the attack, or they are expecting an onslaught of attacks here by the opponent's Tampanese Rovers. In either case, it's a 4-3-3 against a 5-2-3 formation here. Moise, what are your thoughts on that, on the tactical aspect?
I think the 5 at the back, especially with 2 in midfield, seems like a almost Chelsea-like thing. It depends if they play it that way, but there's a tendency as well to turn to that formation and play as a true 5 at the back. That depends on where their wing-backs go. So let's see. It should be an interesting tactical matchup. But right now, the matchup is proving to be going in the way of Albirex with that first attack.
Tampanese Rovers playing from left to right in the all-black attire with Boris Kopitovic on the ball, losing it out to Ryoya Taniguchi there of Albirex, who are playing in right to left in the orange attire here. Here comes Tezuka Takahiro on the ball, lays it right side. Rabakondo now the right winger for Albirex. Is he going to get the cross in for Tsuboi to latch onto? holds on to the ball, and his teammate Hashioka just able to keep that into play. Unfortunately, the cross that came in a little bit wayward there, going absolutely nowhere other than into the feet of a Tampanese defender. But here comes Albex Nikata yet again. Nicky Melvin Singh with the nice turn to get past the defender. Oh, Nicky Melvin Singh taking a shot off there. And you see him at the bottom right-hand corner. He knows he's getting, he almost got his own name on the score sheet there. The youngster from Singaporean youngster playing his trade for Albex Nikata. In fact, captaining himself. The cheek of him.
That is something that takes a lot of audacity to give yourself the captain of the club, considering that you are not and your captain's probably playing. But sure, if it works for you, go ahead, Nicky Melvin Singh. Here he is on the ball again. He's going all alone. Can he score here?
Oh, goodness
Tries
me.
to go into the near post, trying to go into the near post there, and unfortunately for him, the goalkeeper was wise to his tricks, but what a run here!
I'll tell you one thing, confidence is definitely not something of short supply there by Nicky Melvin Singh as he wins himself a corner kick here. Shazan Buhari asking questions of his defenders there. How could you let this guy run right all over you on that right flank there? As Suruhara gets the cross in off the corner kick. Yutokiwa launches one here. Great save there by Shazan Buhari. And out for another corner kick for Albirex Niigata, this time on the other side, on the right flank. And Albirex break the deadlock here. They do seem to be the ones who are closer to doing so compared to their opponents. Tampanese Rovers, who remember they only need to win this game in order to secure themselves a semi-final spot there, Tampanese Rovers, but lots of defending the Rovers, the Stags will need to do. This Yutokiwa for Albex Niigata, well tackled there by Mark Ryan Tan. Here comes a counter attack on the right flank. Irfan Najib brings the ball out of danger. Mehmedovic now looking forward, almost there, a wonderful pass, but still finds his captain Yasser Hanapi on that left flank. Back to Amirul Haikal. Can Tampanese get a goal against the run of play? Back to the captain, Yasser Hanapi. Mehmedovic on the ball yet again here. Shot coming in, and in fact it is a goal against the run of play. Tampanese Rovers there scoring the first goal of this matchup here against the run of play. Who else but Boris Kapitovic, team goal scorer, highest goal scorer of course for Tampanese Rovers, making it 1-0 in this match against Albex Niigata.
It may have taken 34 minutes for the Stags to get their first attack going, but what an attack it was! What an absolute scorcher into the back of the net there by Boris Kapitovic. We can see here, nice build out. He finds himself an inch of space, he turns, and that striker instinct goes ding 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 in his head. And what a shot there. Goalkeeper, despairing dive. Does he get anywhere near it? I don't think so. Here we see it again. Nope, not even close.
Too good of a shot there by Boris Kapitovic. Even the league's best goalkeeper Takahiro Koga could do nothing to stop that rocket of a shot there. But in any case, Albirex again knocking on the door as they have continuously done so. Here comes Kondo, the cross coming in, looking for Nicky Melvin Singh on the other flank, but just intercepted there by the defenders of Tampanese Rovers who keep their clean sheet intact here. Amin Bosniak will try to push the counter on that left flank, supported by Yasser Hanapi. Typical energetic play there by Yasser Hanapi. Unfortunately, the ball too easily cut out his attempt to look for Boris Kapitovic. Here comes Irfan Najib looking for Kapitovic as well. Nothing doing there. And in fact, Nicky Melvin Singh finds a beautiful pass there to Kondo. The shot first coming in, but Subo is not able to latch onto that. The vision by the young players of Albex Niigata here. Kondo, yet again another shot, this time nowhere near on target. But the playmaking skills of Nicky Melvin Singh, at least the virtual version of it, was a sight to behold, Moise.
That cross deserved a goal. That volley deserved a goal. But somehow, that just did not happen. Shazwan Buhari there in the goal for Tampanese Rovers, denying what would have been an extra special goal by Albirex Niigata. The playmaking, the thump behind that shot, it all deserved for it to go to the back of the net. But Shazwan Buhari says, not on my watch.
Wow, if there's any player who, you have to vote on a man of the half at least right now, it definitely has to be Shazwan Buhari. 4 shots on target by Albex Nigata, all of them negated out by the goalkeeper, the custodian Shazwan Buhari of Tampanese Rovers. Still highly intent on keeping his clean sheet intact here. Tampanese Rovers now defending from right to left. The cross coming in, looking for Nicky Melvin Singh, who manages to out-jump both of his markers. Unfortunately, not able to get the header downwards into goal. Again, Alvex Nigata, the entirety of the game, they have been asking questions of the Ballistic defense. But if not for the heroics of Shazwan Buhari, the goalkeeper for Tampines, it is their own undoing in terms of their lack of finishing here. Alvex Nigata, Tampines Rovers one step closer to that semi-final spot of the eSPL 2021.
Could Nicky Melvin Singh be inspired by playing as himself in this game? He desperately wants to score, and I think more so he wants to score as himself.
Oh,
right
goodness
now.
me. Well,
what
that's
a move here
by Nicky Melvin Singh here. He's almost one-on-one with goalkeeper. Skips past the challenge of one defender. Oh, hits the post. No matter what Nicky Melvin Singh is trying to do on the pitch there, he just can't make it happen. He just can't get his name on the score sheet time and time again. He gets closer and closer, however. But now, Tampines Rovers on the attack. Well cut out there by Arvex as they launch yet another counter-attack, this time on the right flank. Kuraba Kondo, does he have support on the right side? The crossing, however, a little too close to Shazwan Buhari. Yet again being such a force in defense for Tampines Rovers. But there was a huge opportunity early on by Alvex Nigata off the post by Nicky Melvin Singh.
Well, ultimately, when it comes to football, you just need that little measure of luck. But the luck seems to have deserted Nicky Melvin Singh and his Alberex team here. First, the custodian saves his effort, and then the woodwork denies him. Just needs a sliver of luck, and maybe they would already be, if not on parity, in the lead, in fact.
Robert Kondo with that attempt at a cross, however, goes directly into the path of a Tampines defender. Here comes Irfan Najib on that right back position. Lays it forward to Mark Ryan Tan. Checks his run back. Well defended there by Rio Kunimoto. However, throw in on the right flank for Tampines Rovers. Irfan Najib in an advanced position. Irfan Najib with the cross coming in. Yasser Hanapi lays it off to Mehmedovic. A rocket of a shot yet again, but this time is Koga showing Shazwan Buhari that he's no slouch himself in goal for Albex Nigata as Tampines builds it all the way back. And Daniel Bennett, the 43-year-old veteran of the game here, doing pretty well at the back, at the heart of Tampines' defense. Here comes Mark Ryan Tan on the right back position to Irfan Najib. Cross not coming in, unfortunately. Irfan, of course, he is actually playing the game, as you can see at the bottom right of your screen. So he's playing his own virtual self there on the field as well. Not quite the same impact as Nicky Melvin Singh in attack, but at least he's on the winning side at the moment here. Coming to the 90th minute with no time added on here. Unless Tampines Rovers is not able to clear this out, this should be a game, and it is a game and a win for Tampines Rovers as they lock themselves a place in the semi-finals of the eSPL 2021.
Well, Tampines, 2 games, 2 wins is enough to get them through to the next round. They should be, if my mathematics are correct, the first semi-finalist of this year's competition. That is a fantastic game. You know, some games can be 1-0 but are absolutely boring. This one was an absolute magnificent showing from both teams, and especially 2 out of the 3 best keepers in the eSPL, or should I say the Singapore Premier League. Both these keepers put on an absolute clinic in terms of saves and the way they close down space. Here we see Nicky Melvin Singh there trying his darndest best. The run was fantastic. The finish could not justify it in the end. Many shots here taken by Albirex. Albirex really did try their best, I would say. They threw everything at Shazwan Buhari. But like I said, Shazwan Buhari was being Gandalf there. He just said, "You shall not pass." And indeed, ultimately, they could not pass. Nothing went their way. For Tampanese, however, Boris Kapitovic, that is the difference maker right there. Absolutely clinical, surgical, straight through the hearts, piercing the hearts of the White Swans right there. 1-0 to Tampanese, and that's the way it stayed all the way to the end.
Well, 1-0 is the final result of this match here between Tampanese Rovers and Albirex Niigata. So, like Moise mentioned earlier on, Tampanese Rovers securing the first semi-final slot. There is, of course, one more slot for another team in Group A. Will it be the Lion City Sailors? Will it be Ballistic Khalsa? Or will it be Albirex Niigata? All three teams do have a chance here. So we will go into a short break. When we come back, we have match number 5 for Group A. Albirex Niigata take on the Lion City Sailors. Safe to say, whoever loses this match will have no chance of qualifying into the semi-final. So this is a must-win for both of them. But until then, let's head over back to our host, Ash. Take away.
Thank you very much, Sid, and congratulations to Tampanese Rovers for becoming the first team to qualify for this year's eSPL. Now, of course, we've got a very exciting game because Albirex Niigata need to win this game against Lion City Sailors, and the latter might just be able to jeopardize their chances. Let's see how it goes. Back to you guys, the casters.
Thanks, Ash. Unfortunately for LCS, or Lion City Sailors, should I say, they have no opportunity to make it to the next round. However, they can play spoilers in this matchup. If they take some sort of result against Albirex Niigata, they will essentially be sending Ballistic into the semi-finals. So while this may have no bearing on their own fates, the Lion City Sailors, let's see if they do take down Albirex Niigata with them. This is, again, I remind you, Albirex Niigata versus Lion City Sailors. The players seem like they are all ready to go, and that's exactly where we will head off to. It is down to this. Lion City Sailors already out of the running, as I mentioned previously. The White Swans on the cusp of qualification. It is all in their own hands for the White Swans right now. They need this win against an already vanquished Sailors team. Can they do it, or will the Lion City Sailors prove just for this game one last time their resilience, their stubbornness, and stand firm? Here it is, the match. The fans are ready, they're on their feet, they're clapping. They know that Albirex can make it to the next round. This is right now the team you see here, Lion City Sailors. They're warming up, nothing much to play for. They do applaud their fans for their support. Albirex Niigata Singapore there. Nicky Melvin Singh had an absolute barnstorming game in the previous match, but unfortunately for him, just couldn't find the back of the net, try as he might. Maybe this time his luck will come out a little bit better. Stipe Plazaba, we saw him get red carded previously, but for this tournament itself, red cards do not carry over, so they have the privilege of bringing Stipe Plazaba back into this match. Nicky Melvin Singh versus Stipe Plazaba looks to be the battle of the attackers. Let's see who comes out on top in this epic match. The penultimate match of Group A. Kicking off is Albirex Niigata, Hashioka to Taniguchi to Hanada. Back to Taniguchi. Good patient build-up play here by the White Swans. Rabakondo. Kazuki Hashioka says, "Hey, could this be the first goal?" Again, wasteful finishing there by the White Swans. In fact, spared the blushes because of the offside call.
That is a problem right now here for Albirex Niigata. They have plenty of chances, not only in this match, but in the previous matches as well. Albirex still one of the two teams who have yet to score even a solitary goal in the group stages. In fact, both of these two teams in this match, Albirex Niigata and the Lion City Sailors, are the only teams in Group A not to have even scored a single goal quite yet, and he was finishing like that. That's the reason why, I guess. But in any case, Albirex does indeed have the build-up play, the build-up quality to get the ball in good goal-scoring positions. It's just a matter of whether either of these two teams are able to put the ball into the back of the net.
Even with the marksman as deadly as Stipe Plazibat there, taking that kind of shot, that kind of snapshot, very improbable that it will find the back of the net. Right here, good work down the right side. Dear goodness gracious me, what would it take for them to break their duck right now? They're throwing everything and the kitchen sink and some more. But everything seems to be stopping that. If it's not an inspired performance by a goalkeeper right now, it is the foot of the post. I don't know what it is. It seems like they're cursed at the moment. Can they finally stick it to the back of the net? It is coming most definitely, because right now they keep pushing it and pushing it. Eventually that dam will burst.
Well, at least in the first 15 minutes of this first half in this match, at least, Albirex Niigata, 88% of the possession here, so vastly dominating that department. But then again, they do have a corner to defend it on that right side.
Taking the corner here is Amiro Atley, left-footed, swinging it in. Can he find the head of George Felipe or someone like that? Can't believe George Felipe is so far back.
Oh my
This
goodness.
could be an absolutely magnificent counter-attack. If they don't score from here, I don't know what to say. Oh my, you couldn't possibly miss from there. Deadly counter-attack there. Finally, the duck is broken. Is it truly him? It is. Nicky Melvin Singh. Look at him. He's so happy there in the picture on the bottom left. He's just finally broken the duck, and with his own avatar in the game. No wonder he looks so pleased. He's pleased as punch there. Well chuffed, the young man.
One question I'd like to ask Karan and Anik there. Where are your defenders? There's nobody inside their own half other than the goalkeeper, and quite honestly, Hassan Sani there's nothing that he can do one-on-one with in this sort of situation. Every single Lion City Sailor is in the opposition half other than the goalkeeper. So that is strange play. I would understand if it's the 94th minute if they did that, but 22 minutes in, that's really interesting tactics there.
I think this is the Kevin Keegan entertainer school of defending. If you score 4, I will score 5. The only problem with that mentality is Lion City Sailors, you've not scored 1. But now they are on the attack. They have the ball. Lion City Sailors, the opportunity to score their first goal is here. Great work so far. Amiro Atley tries to push himself all the way in, I believe. Josh Felipe tracking back now. That looks like a nasty one there on the left side.
Sani Gaushan himself, luckily not getting carded there, only a telling off by the referee here. Nicky Melvin Singh just creating loads of trouble here for the defenses. And you can actually see the actual players there at the bottom corners of your screen. Nicky Melvin Singh on the left, Anik Gaushan on the right there. So pretty interesting to see both of the players in the flesh playing as their virtual Oh wow, that wasn't even offside. That was a second goal in fact, and when the goals do come, oh, there was offside in the end. I did sense that there was a smidgen of an offside there, but the flag came late, as it always does nowadays in football. But Nicky Melvin Singh could have doubled his names on his score sheet there. Unfortunately for him, not quite the moment to do so.
Nicky Melvin Singh there already wheeling away with his hands in the air. Absolute glee on his face, only to be utterly disappointed. Crestfallen look there on his avatar when he saw that the flag had gone up and the whistle had been blown. But nonetheless, he is the difference maker right now. His goal puts his team in good stead. They are 1-0 ahead, and they're pushing ahead again. Nicky Melvin Singh. Oh my goodness, you would have expected Suboy to stick that into the back of the net. But somehow Suboy just puts it wide.
It seems that Nicky Melvin Singh is like playing all across the field at the moment. Deploy the left wing, appears on the right wing, scores a goal, gets a beautiful cross into Suboy, who unfortunately and quite uncharacteristically not able to score in such a huge opportunity just like that. Somehow, after all this action, it's only 1-0.
Nicky Melvin Singh there is playing the free role, I suspect, anywhere he wants. But it seems to be working so far because he has had so much threat so far. That looked like it will be called back because that looked like a nasty challenge again. This is turning out to be a little bit of a niggling affair. People getting their studs into other people's calves and shins and ankles. See here, this was a pretty bad looking one.
That was a UFC tackle right there.
That was an X-rated tackle, children. Do not do that. In fact, don't watch that or emulate it at all. Terrible one. And yet there wasn't a card. That should have been a red card. But right now here, Nicky Melvin Singh trying to take on the whole defense by himself. Gets stopped there by Amirul Adli, who takes the ball out of defense. Amirul Adli cutting inside and then outside. Amirul Adli going every which way. But unfortunately, the only way the ball was going was back into the possession of... Well, he managed to get the ball back to his team, surprisingly. Haika Pasha here tries to call the ball. Oh, what a curler there, just inches wide. That was good work overall, but a smidgen of luck when Amirul Adli, the ball just squirted through his own teammate.
Yeah, that was like the closest opportunity, and that was really close attempt there by Haikal. For the Lion City Sailors. Haikal Pasha on that left midfield position on his right foot, trying to curl one but just not able to bring it back towards goal. Half time it is in this quite entertaining matchup between Altex Niigata and Lion City Sailors. Remember, the Lion City Sailors at this stage eliminated out of the tournament. Altex Niigata, they have to win this just to stand a chance of qualifying into the semi-final stage. They still will need to depend on Tampanese beating Ballistic in order for Altex to qualify together with Tampanese, of course. But you know, they're doing the business as it is right now, and Altex might be going and finding the second goal here in the second half.
Not with that kind of bouncing, they don't. The ball given away needlessly. Amirul Adli. Why is it particularly always Amirul Adli who's always charging forward? It's always him. I've noticed. Is he, you know, is it some sort of inside joke?
He's like a midfield dynamo right now here.
He's like a Nicky Melvin Singh, but only on the opposite side. Right now, pushing ahead. You know, there's this saying that misery loves company. This is exactly what Lion City Sailors can do to Albirex. They're already in the pit of misery. They're going to try and drag them down along with them. All they need to do is score one goal to condemn both of them out of this tournament. That shot, while speculative, was nowhere close to where it needed to be.
Yeah, definitely not going to bring down Albirex with that kind of shooting at that kind of distance, unfortunately. That was speculative at best, but rising non-stop into the top stand of the pitch here, the Jurong East Stadium. But in any case, I have to admit though, LCS, Lion City Sailors, they do have chances going their way. It's just a matter of them being able to finish the ball into the back of the net or not. Iris Harun right now on the ball again, too easily dispossessed. Launching a counter attack down the middle is Alvex, but nothing happening there. The hope for Lion City Sailors is right now to hold as much possession as possible to starve Alvex Niigata off said possession, and then with the ball at their feet, they'll be able to make things happen and maybe even perhaps get an equalizer or more in the last 20 minutes of the match.
Perhaps, but from my views right now, I think that Albirex is trying to play a counter-attacking game. They want the Sailors to come at them. So what they have to do, they just have to sit back and hold on to the ball and try and fashion a slow build-up play towards the goal of the White Swans. But right now, that seems to be going the opposite of what they want. Anik Raushan here, passing the ball to Song Woo-young. George Felipe there. Haikal Pasha. Aizao. Aris Harun. Ball still with the White Swans. This is a through ball opportunity. Amirul Adli again appears out of nowhere. to get the ball. Amirul Ali, will he go on a marauding run again? It seems like he's desperate to go on that marauding run. But finally he decides the better option is to pass the ball away.
We're coming into the 84th minute of the match here, and remember, all LCS has to do is score one goal and they will bring Albirex down to elimination status together with Lion City Sailors. So there's still ample opportunity for them to be the destroyer of hopes unless Albirex is able to score here via Kuraba Kondo.
Kuraba Kondo with the opportunity. Kuraba Kondo slips it in. Kuraba Kondo finds the bottom of the net. Kuraba Kondo that makes no mistake. Finally, that was a clean shot again. 2 times they break, 2 times they score. Albirex Niigata's White Swan soaring high right now. They sense that they can make it into the next round, the semi-finals. They smell the opportunity. Kuraba Kondo there, deadly. He knew exactly what to do. His teammates thanked him. They've extended the lead. Lion City Sailors, we bid you adieu. There's nothing else that you can do. This is the end of the journey for you.
That is really unfortunate, Lion City Sailors, because as I have said throughout this match, they have had chances. They have crafted decent chances for themselves. Unfortunately, by pushing everything and by throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, forward into the opposition half, they forgot that there's still some defending that needs to be done. And unfortunately for them, 2-0. It seems that the game will end in just a few seconds time here. Just 1 more minute of in-game time added on by the referee, but I think it is a foregone conclusion here that Albirex Niigata will, at the moment at least, be tied second place with Ballistic. So they still have hopes of qualifying into the semi-final stages. All they need right now is for Tampanese to beat Ballistic in the final match of Group A for Albirex to go to the next round.
Exactly, they had this match in their own hands. They did what they needed to do. Nicky Melvin Singh there and Kuraba Kondo both made the difference. They set themselves in for a chance to make it to the semi-finals. But now they have to sit back and be worried about the outcome of the Tampanese versus Ballistic match, because that is still to come and that may have a great impact on the final standings here. But that was a great move there, great break by Nicky Melvin Singh. But your question still stands valid. Where were all the defenders? What kind of tactic was that? I made the joke that it's the Newcastle, old Newcastle 1994 school of defending, but I don't know what that tactic is. I've never actually seen anyone defend that.
I think it was simply all-out attack, send as many bodies up front as early as possible. Well, that wasn't even a high line. There was no line whatsoever there. But again, you know, I think Lion City Sailors, the boys from LCS, they knew that they were eliminated out from the tournament, Anik Raushan and Karan Sopti. So, hey, why not just throw everything we have forward and see what we can do from there. Unfortunately for them, while they tried to perform to the best of their abilities, they're unable to bring Albirex down with them. So now the question will fall on both Tampanese Rovers and Ballistic Khalsa. Tampanese has qualified to the semi-final stages, that much we know, but who will join them? Will Albirex be joining them, or will it be Ballistic Khalsa? All Ballistic needs is just 1 point. They get a draw here and they are through together with Tampanese Rovers. We'll see coming up next, but before that, let's go back to our host, Ash.
What a game from Albirex, but of course, there's still a lot left to play for, especially in Ballistic's case. They must either beat or draw against Tampanese in this final game of Group A. Let's see how they do. I'm really excited about this one. It's back to you guys, Sid and Muiz.
Thank you, Ash. Well, we're now here in the final match of Group A for the eSPL 2021, and lots of calculations needed to be done to tabulate the tables that we have right now. We know for sure that Tampanese Rovers are through to the semi-final stage. However, at this stage of the game here, Ballistic Khalsa are on level points together with Albirex Niigata at 4 points per team, and they're equal on goal difference as well, with a +1 goal difference for both the teams. So in every shape or form, they are both equal in terms of performance, but Ballistic has this upcoming match against Tampanese Rovers. The storyline is as simple as this. In order for Ballistic Khalsa to qualify to the semi-finals, they must have at least a draw. A win will be better. They will then top the tables with 7 points, but if they get a draw, they are through together with Tampanese Rovers to the semi-finals. A loss, no matter how small or how big that score is, and it is Albirex Niigata who goes into the semi-finals together with Tampanese Rovers. So it's a simple mission here. Get a draw, don't lose for Ballistic Khalsa, and they will qualify to the semi-finals.
Albirex Niigata, no doubt, sending an SOS all the way from Jurong to the east side of Tampanese, asking them to do them a favor because they definitely need this one. They are calling for help from the Stags. Can the Stags help the White Swans make it to the next round? Or will Ballistic Khalsa, the Tigers, take it into their own hands? The teams are ready, we are ready, and I'm sure you are ready. Let's get into the match.
Our Tampanese hub will be the bastion of the last match here for Group A of the eSPL 2021. Tampanese Rovers in the traditional all-yellow attire will take on Ballistic Khalsa from the away side here, playing as the red attire team. Remember, it's an all or nothing game here for Ballistic Khalsa. All they need to do is to make sure that they do not lose this match against the Stags, against Tampanese Rovers. And both of these two teams will qualify to the next round. Tampanese Rovers lining over 5-4-1 formation here. We see the triple centre-back combination there of Bayahaki with Daniel Bennett as well as Madhu Mohana. I think they do sense that Ballistic Khalsa will be going for the jugular here from Shuei Hoshino, Shime Jujul on the right, and Iqbal Hussein as well. So they might be expecting quite a lot of attacking movements from the visiting team. Of course, Tampanese have pretty much nothing to play here. They basically are the kingmakers of Tampanese Rovers. They will dictate who will join them in the semi-finals of the eSPL. Will it be their opponents right here in this match, Ballistic Khalsa, or will it be Albirex Niigata, who's waiting on the wings, who's looking at this match here with full intent, knowing that if Ballistic loses this match right here, they, Albirex Niigata, will go on to the next round.
Ballistic will no doubt try and go all out to score, but unfortunately, if you look at the records right now, Ballistic is not the best when it comes to scoring itself. I believe only Ballistic has only scored once, and that was against the Lion City Sailors. So let's see if they can get more in this game. They'll definitely need it because they too want to make it to the next round. And remember, if they do win this against Tampanese, they will actually leapfrog Tampanese into first place.
Well, that was safe hands there by Ricky Kimura, who you see in real life at the bottom right side of your screen there in the black jersey. He is, of course, one of the two players representing Ballistic Khalsa together with his teammate Akil Yazid right now for Ballistic in the red attire. Tampanese Rovers have the ball. Just as I say that, they lose possession to the opposition. Here comes Iqbal Hussein, the left winger for Ballistic. Is he able to find the two target man in Shime Jujul as well as Shuhei Yoshino? The cross coming in, looking for Shime Jujul, but headed cleared out. Shuhei Yoshino now not able to latch onto that. Tampanese with their three defenders not able to keep out the ball, the shots coming in. But again, Shazwan Buhari, as always, is a rock in defense there.
That back line of Tampanese is full of stalwarts, full of veterans there. Bayahaki, Daniel Bennett, Madhu Mohana and Shazwan Buhari put together. All of them have great experience playing in this league, and they know what it takes to keep a clean sheet.
Amir Hakim now about to take the corner kick here for Ballistic Khalsa. Now all of them, of course, you do see that rating 80 for corner kicks. In fact, every single attribute in this game is at 80 to try and equalize the statistics there. Oh, off the post, Shime scores one! And you can see there at the corner of your screen, Ricky Kimura as well as Akil Yazid celebrating there. All they needed was a draw, and in fact they have gone ahead 18th minute via that goal by Shime Jujul there. 1-0 to Ballistic Khalsa.
That was actually good defending. I have to point out the fact that there was at least a Tampanese defender on the line at the post. That's exactly what all coaches tell you to do when defending a corner, and he stayed there. He actually saved the first opportunity, but he just could not get there in time to stop Shime Zuzul. Shime Zuzul there, very deadly, saw the opportunity, just a sniff, not much more than that, but he made them pay. 1-0 to Ballistic. They are in pole position right now to take the top of Group B.
Real poacher's instinct there by the Croatian target man, the number 10, Shime Zuzul for Ballistic Khalsa. 1-0 up now for Ballistic, who before this has had trouble scoring any goals whatsoever, and now they have won against the leaders of Group A. A huge scrappy melee just outside the box there, but Faisal Rafi manages to come out unscathed. Back to Shuhei Oshino, who finds himself on the right wing there. He wants to be inside the center of the box. The shot coming in, that was never going to go into the back of the net. Forever rising there. Goal kick to Tampanese Rovers, and I think they are pretty much struggling for possession, let alone an opportunity towards goal.
It seems right now that the Tigers have the tails up. They are looking for that killer blow. They want to score another one. They want to extend this lead as far as they possibly can. Almost got an opportunity there, just slipped by the possession. But they are not letting Tampanese anywhere near their goal. They're stopping these attacks quite valiantly. It is an opportunity now down this left side, but they decide to take the easy route. Clear it first, we'll think about what happens later.
But an awkward clearance, that is by the Ballistic players, conceding a corner kick to be taken of all people by Daniel Bennett, but that's a good corner taken actually. Fazul Nawas being on the end of that. You will normally think it's the other way around, Fazul crossing to Daniel Bennett, but well, there we have it there, as Ballistic still manages to keep their clean sheet intact. Got to mention Vicky Kumura, you're having a great performance on the virtual pitch as a goalkeeper. There's safe hands there by Vicky Kumura for Ballistic Khalsa. Here comes Tampanese on the attack with Iman Hakim. Can he get past 3 defenders? Not able to do so. And Ballistic will launch a counter attack down the middle. Gareth Lowe finds his pass intercepted. Here comes Iman Hakim to Amirul Haikal. Oh, it should be a foul, I think, just outside the box. Yes, it is. The referee calls for a direct free kick outside the box here. Based on this foul, actually, a little, I think that's a fair challenge actually that taken by Faisal Rafi, but the referee sees something else, and in fact we have the hero of Tampanese, Shazwan Bohari, taking the free kick. Again, remember, attributes are all equal all across the pitch, including the goalkeepers, but he seems to be taking a short pass instead. Here comes a counter-attack with the goalkeeper off his line, but there's absolutely nobody in the opposite side there. Unless Shime Zuzul can do something well, he does scare his opponent into throwing the ball out into touch. Can Ballistic, with the last few seconds of this half, carve anything out? Well, not with that sort of attempt. Shazwan Bohari collects that ball as both teams will go down into the tunnel. Scoreline at the moment, Ballistic 1, Tampanese Rovers 0. All Ballistic needed to do was to have a draw here and they will qualify into the next round. And so far it seems they're on course to accomplishing that mission. Can Tampanese Rovers be the nightmare for Ballistic in the second half? However, they have more possession there, Tampanese. Maybe we might see a turn of the tables here in the second half.
In fact, I think Ballistic is not doing very well when it comes to completing passes, but that matters for nothing. Simply because, like we always say, the most important statistic is that Shime Zuzul has put them 1-0 ahead. Right now, they are in the driving seat. They are on 7 points as it stands. They will be top of Group A. They will be qualifying together with Tampanese Rovers. Not only do they just need a draw to be able to qualify, they are doing one better right now. They are actually winning this game. Their possession may be less, but that shot count is definitely positive. It's 4-2 on target, and of those two, one has definitely made its mark with Shime Zuzul's goal in the 19th minute.
Here is the final half of the group stage. Group A's matches. It's Tampanese against Ballistic Khalsa. Ballistic do have the lead, and all they needed was a draw. Remember, their mission not to lose here Tampanese Rovers, and they will see themselves in the semi-finals of the eSPL 2021. Can they complete this mission of theirs? Faisal Rafi on the ball right now for Ballistic in the red attire, playing from left to right to Iqbal Hussein, the left winger. Ho Wai Lun joins the attack, legging forward, back to Hussein! What a shot by Iqbal Hussein there! Taking the shot first time, burying it into the bottom right-hand corner of the goal. That is a contender for goal of the tournament here. Iqbal Hussein, take a bow. 2-0 Ballistic Khalsa.
Absolutely laser-guided daisy cutter there, as you can see. Not only was the pass exquisite, but look at this, right across the ground. Absolutely thumped into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper, no chance in the world of getting there. He wanted this and he got his just rewards. Fantastic. Pinpoint perfection.
That is Robin Van Persie-esque there. First time volley into the bottom corner of the net, and the ball was coming from behind him there. That was such an incredible shot to pull off, but well done Iqbal Hussein, and well done Akil and Vicky for having the gonads to even try that type of shot here. Now they're healthily in the lead, 2-0 here, and maybe even looking for the third goal. Tampanese Rovers defenses are 6s and 7s, even though they have 5 defenders mind you, and the shot saved again by Shazwan Bukhari, but only just. And Tampanese, can they launch a counter-attack? Not with that sort of passing, as the ball gets intercepted too easily there by Ballistic Khalsa, who are just pumping long balls forward right now. Iqbal Hussein scored one magnificent goal already. Can he carve another? Well tackled there. Now Iman Hakim for Tampanese Rovers to Amirul Haikal. Taufik Suparno finds Fazrul Nawas open on the left, but there's nobody in support of him inside the box. Fazrul Nawas forced to check his run back here. What a tackle, Gareth Flo, to make sure that the clean sheet stays intact. Ballistic now running on the right flank. Shuhei Hoshino latches on the right channel. There's a cross maybe coming in to Shuhei Hoshino. The cross comes in into no man's land. Arish Kumar not in the right position. They still have the ball here, Ballistic. 75 minutes have elapsed. Can they make it? 3-0 here. Faisal Rafi outside the box to Fadli Kamis, the right back, joining the attack. Back to Faisal Rafi. Oh, great interception by Fazrul Nawas. Just as I say that, Shuhei Hoshino actually wins the ball back here, the striker. Shuhei Hoshino plays a wall pass there on the right side. Oh, just unable to keep the ball in play. Goal kick to Tampanese Rovers. Only 10 minutes remaining in the half though. Can Tampanese score 2 to try and get any sort of result here against Ballistic?
So far, the verve from Tampanese doesn't quite show that they are going to get 1, let alone 2. But stranger things have happened and they are truly in the attack right now. My only thoughts so far have actually been predominantly about, will Tampanese regret this? They were sitting pretty at the top. All they needed was a draw, but they couldn't even manage that. We don't quite know who makes it out of Group B quite yet, but maybe this might be something that Tampanese lives to regret if they don't win this and they end up being the team that meets the champions of Group B. But right now, this is an opportunity for Taufik Suparno, standing over the free kick. He sends it in.
Oh, almost there, but the ball gets blocked by the wall. We saw earlier on a little bit of a scuffle there between Ho Wai Lun of Ballistic together with Iman Hakim of Tampanese Rovers. Luckily, the referee was able to separate those, the virtual fight that we saw earlier on. But in any case, as the game is coming to a close, Ballistic seems closer and closer to joining Tampanese here as semi-finalists of the eSPL 2021. As the clock trickles down, it's just a matter of whether Ballistic can extend the lead to 3-0. Fazrul Nawas sliding in to try to dispossess the Ballistic player. The referee blows for full time. It is the end of the Group A stages match here. Ballistic Khalsa, courtesy of the 2-0 win here over Tampanese Rovers, with goals scored by Sime Zuzu and Iqbal Hussein, who scored a huge goal there in the second half. They find themselves in the semi-finals together with Tampanese Rovers for the semi-finals of the eSPL 2021.
There you have it, the qualifiers for the semi-finals. As previously mentioned, Ballistic here booking their place at the top of Group A with this resounding win. While I do like Sime Zuzu's predatory poach there, I do prefer that goal from Iqbal Hussain. I think it had everything: teamwork, precise passing, and the finish was just wonderful. Here we get to see it. Ho Wai Lun with the assist. It was a great assist over the top there, but this ball across the ground just found its target perfectly. It would have only been better if it just kissed the post. I'm just saying, couldn't have possibly been much better than that.
But still a great finish there by Ballistic Khalsa. Of course, they only had one mission coming into this match, which is not to lose. Not only did they succeed in that, they excelled and they did the stretch goal of winning the match outright. Tampanese Rovers losing their only match here in the group stage to Ballistic Khalsa. But Tampanese Rovers won't be unhappy at that. They still end up in the semi-finals together with Ballistic Khalsa here. So that's the end of the Group A stages of matches here. We will, of course, have Group B's matches coming up. But before that, let's head over to our host, Ash.
That's it for all the action from Group A. I hope that you guys had a great time watching it. It was certainly a very exciting round of games. Of course, we still have Group B action happening tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube for all the eSPL Group B action. I'll see you guys then.